Hello everyone, Debbie here. Welcome back to Barossa Valley Crafts. Today I'm going to show you how I make some flowers. So this is using the Heartfelt Creations Classic Rose. So I'm using the die and also the shaping mould, which I'll show you soon on how that all works. So to start off with, from the die set, I've cut out the flowers or the petals, as you can see here, and I've started colouring them in, and I'll show you how that's done. So after they've been die cut, we then colour them in. Now if you want to, you can actually use the coloured cardstock you like if you don't want to do it this way. I personally like doing it this way because then I can change the colour and add a bit and have them, as you can see here, two-tone and that sort of thing. But let me show you how I've done it. So here's the other one that I'm yet to colour. So for this particular one, I'm using Distress Oxide, Dusty Concord and Salty Ocean. So we're going to start off with the Dusty Concord. Just put a little bit on the brush. Take off the excess because you don't want it too dark. And then just very lightly, I've gone around the centre of the flower. And then on the other side, just a light cover over the whole one. You don't see the back so much, but you want it to have a little bit of colour. And then, using the second colour, which in this case is Salty Ocean, again, take off the excess because you don't want that big dark colour. And I'm just going to go around the edges and blend the colour in a little bit with the purple until you get the effect that you want, and that's about it. So you do that to each petal. So in this case there's 5. Now if you want to, you can make the smaller flower, and to do that I've just used the small ones and not used the 2 bigger ones to go with it. So that's how you can do exactly the same thing, but just use your smaller flowers, or you can use one of those and 2 little ones. Depending on the size that you want, you could even do 3 little ones. Okay, so after you've done that, you then need your mould. So I'll just grab this. So with this particular one, you then put your die cuts face down into the mould. So you've got to find the hole that suits it, and you do it upside down. So on the other side is my coloured inside. So you do that. Just give it a very light spritz with water, and then place the lid over the top. So just very gently push it down. Then you will need a die machine. So I'm using the Sizzix Big Shot to do this. So I'm just going to pop that on there, put it on one plate and put another plate on top. Maybe I'll just move the camera up so you can see it a bit better. And then we'll just wind that through. And we'll go back. And then put the plates away. So depending what machine you're using, I'll just lower the camera again. Depending on what machine you're using, you'll have to work out your sandwich to do it. Then we shall remove the top plate, and it's then put shapes into the flowers. So we'll just get those out. Very gently. Because they're wet, they'll be a little bit tender, so you need to be careful you don't tear them when you're taking them out. Right, we'll just put that away. And you can do several flowers at once. I think you can do 3 flowers at once if you wanted to. So here they are, all popped into shape. So now you need to wait until that's dry, and then once it's dry, I'll just pop that aside. I've got some here that I did earlier that are already dry and ready to work with. So as you can see here, I've already shaped these 3. Now I'm going to shape these last 2. So onto the back of it, so flip it onto the right side. And you just need to find some tools that have got little balls on them. And just very gently pull the tool in, and you'll see it'll bend the petal up to give it some shape. So it's just cupping all the petals, and then flip it over and just push it in the centre to cup it, and you'll get that sort of shape. So we'll do the same thing on this one. So we'll pull it all towards you, all the way around. And on the last one, flip it over and push it in the centre. So that's what I have done to these as well. And then we're going to put them all together. So I'll just pop that aside and I'll get some glue. So I'm just using an art glitter glue. And I'm using this one because I've got the fine tip on it. It makes it better for gluing things together, because you just want little dots of glue. So from the big one, I'm just going to put a dot of glue in the centre, pick up the next size leaf or petal, and pop it on there. So you don't sort of do them so they're level, just do them so they're off the one to the other. You don't want them, hang on, I'm not really wording that very well. You don't want them to match. Turn it a bit so it goes into the spacing of the previous petal, and just push it into place for a sec, and then repeat it with the next one. Just pop it down and push it into place, and then we'll do the next one. You don't have to do the 5 layers, you can do more or less, totally up to you. I just think the 5 is a nice amount and it looks good when it's all finished. And the last one, so I'm going to actually just squash that one up a little bit more and just pop that in there. I'm just going to use a finer tool to push that one into place. Then once you've done that, so this is a firm foam mat, and you need one of those to do your shaping. And then we'll just give it all another push to give it a bit more shape. And there's your flower. So they're very pretty. So now what I've done earlier is I've made some others and I've started making up a card. So we're going to put that one there and that there, and also with that set you can do leaves. So we'll give the leaves a bit of shape as well. So again, on the back side, just give it a little bit of shape. There we go. And I'm going to put that leaf in here. So we'll just pop a bit of glue around here. I'm going to slide that in under that one. And we'll put that one there. Put some glue on there. Just push that into place. And then we'll do the other little one down here. So there's so many different dyes and things to make flowers. So you just need to just Google and search for flower dyes, and like I said, the ones that I've used here is from Heartfelt Creation. Not overly cheap, but they give a brilliant result in the end. So like I said, just search for a stockist near you. Then I'll just pop the pin back in my glue so it doesn't dry out. And then I'm just using some liquid pearls. I'm just going to pop those in the centre of each flower. If I can get it to come out, here we go. So once you've put these liquid pearls in, you need to leave the card flat until they dry. And there we go. So hopefully you can see those. They're very pretty. So here's something else I have made doing the same flowers. So this is a flower box. So it looks like that from the front. Looks like that from the top. And you can see there on the side how I've just put pieces of card in there to make the layers. So they're very easy to make, really. And then I've also got some other dies that I just cut out and did the same thing basically with those little flowers. And then I just made the box up. Hopefully you've enjoyed that. And if you have, do give me the thumbs up. And if you'd like to come and join us on my Facebook page, Card Making for Beginners and Beyond, please feel free. And you can share your creations there with like-minded people. Thank you for joining me. Bye.